Sakpa said, welcome to another edition of Sus Maho Radio. It's your one and only host, Director Nasty, formerly formerly known as Director Nasty. Apparently, I don't know my name or what I'm doing. Welcome to the one and only anime radio show on the whole Sekai. I am your host once again. Today's episode, we have Firm Ma'am Stands Tall, literally. Hero To Be Hero X, we have Fire Force, we're talking Takamine-san, we're talking Lazarus, and more. We have another waifu goddess, Izukai, with the Fire Force Shawty. Stay tuned for that. And of course, we have the Anime Awards of the week to round out the backside. And you know we love backsides in this chat. Remember, we listen on YouTube or on Spotify. I appreciate you. Make sure you drop some love and you subscribe. Make sure you let people know where you get your sauce from, because this is the spot for it. Again, keep in mind, the first one, episode 29, I believe. And it's been a fantastic time. We're switching up things just a little bit. So, pardon the smoke, bear with us. Things are getting swapped around a bit. But remember, now instead of just doing a recount, we talking more stuff. Awards of the week at the end. And we're looking at bringing on guests soon. So make sure you stay tuned for some of those changes. So those things coming. But what y'all really came here for is y'all came for the sauce. So let's get to it. We're starting with just the tip today. First tip we're jumping on is one you guys all might recognize, or probably one that you wish you would get yours jumped on. Takamine-san. I gotta be honest with you. After this last episode, I'm officially sold. Ring the bell. 400 years. Let the ancestors know I'm on the chopping block, or I guess the auction block. I have been sold on this anime finally. It took 3 episodes for me to really buy in, to really be like, what are y'all gonna do with this ability? How is it gonna be used? What's gonna be the draw to keep me coming back? And I found it. It's nice to see that it's not just about her correcting minor errors and mistakes in her life. She has the ability to just wield it as she sees fit, it seems, for just about anything. So with that, it's like and it's not even that interests me. What really got me was it has both the wholesome but also the horny elements to their dynamic. That's what really captured my attention. It has me like, okay, I'm here for it. When it first starts off, it kind of gives you a Nagatoro vibes. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this girl. I think I'm just watching this anime to watch this kid go through some stuff with this shoddy who is objectively bad, but she might not deserve him, right? And it's so far at this point in episode 3, it's evolved much further than that. Because what I see from her is she's actively trying to train/build him into being a partner, or into being useful to her at the very least. Now, here's the thing about shawties. If a shawty is training you/building you up to be useful, that typically means they plan on keeping you around. They plan on keeping you around. Your hope, truly your hope, is that it's to be together, not just to keep you around to string you along like a piece of lint on the back of a pant pocket. It happens, it happens. It just be like that. But we know objective. We know he don't know because he's kind of dense. I'd be like that too. We know she has a special feeling for him. That scene on the stairwell where she's kind of pressing him a little bit. Why don't you look? But I see you look at certain situations, but other times you're not looking. And he's like, oh, Sone, bokwa, bokwa, blah, blah, blah. And he's just trying to talk his way out of it. And she really puts it down on him. And she's like, you talk. She's like, sometimes you talk like you think you have a chance with me. Do you think you have a chance with me? He's like, no, of course not. Like, why would you think that I think that I have a chance with you? Do you know who you are? And do you see where I'm at? Why would I ever think that in my life? And she's like, you talk like you have a chance. You don't think you have a chance, but you talk like it, but whatever. She's like, I'm upset. She's like, I'm upset at your answer, but I understand why. And it's like, oh, that's dangerous, shawty. If a shawty that actually knows you and understands you, that's a scary fucking thought. That's a scary fucking feeling too. But I understand. I understand how their dynamic is interesting. And it only became interesting because we know, the viewers, that she really holds him in a higher regard than he holds himself. And she truly, at this time, she's really trying to build him into a better man. Like, for instance, what I like most about this episode, not only her pressing him and us realizing that he has a chance, but him not realizing he has a chance, is she really used her ability. It had nothing to do with her and everything to do with him. She was like, you know what? He didn't make the run time. He tried his best. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna make sure he runs it. I'll make sure he makes it. Better than make sure he makes it, I'll give him motivation to not do it. So after he takes her panties off to get the redo, right after she presses him, she gets on a bike, and as soon as I saw her on a bike, I was like, I want to be that bike seat so bad right now. I know that bike seat got a couple spots on it. Nope, I'm good. I'm not gonna say no more. All I'm gonna say is polyurethane never looked so good on a bike, baby. But she gets her literally and figuratively. She starts riding. He starts following. She's like, if you don't get behind me, everybody's about to see my whole coochie. And because it's one of those things, I love what Lee said. It's like it's a possessive thing. It's like this is fun because I get to see parts of you. I get to see sides of you that nobody else gets to see. If everybody else gets to see it, it's no longer special to me. So I'm gonna make sure nobody gets to see it. And this man ran it in 27. He ain't just barely make it. Man's made it and was first place. So not only did he get to look at ass cheeks all the way to the top of the finish line, he finished first and she gave him a sense of accomplishment. She's like, don't it feel good to be a winner? Yo, come be a winner with me. He's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Winning do feel good. And sometimes that's the bug that you need to bite you to get you, kick you in the ass and make you great. I see a shawty that objectively likes a boy, and she found a purpose to bring. She's not good with her words and not good at interacting with people, and she found a way to get him into her gravity. And now she's just doing the long ways, the long shoddy ways of peeling the onion to take the layers away to get close inside to him. And he just has to slowly realize that, yo, I think I have a chance. I shouldn't fuck this up. But again, one of my favorite things is he always fights back. He's always getting his lick back on her. So the other part of this episode was he went home with the panty bag, and she's like, yo, bring me my fucking panty bag. And he's like, bitch, fuck you. That's not what he says verbatim, but like that's what he said. He was like, nah, man, I ain't bringing this shit to you. She's like, oh, what if I go out and somebody attacks me? He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, yo, objectively, girl, you 5'7" fawn, you thick as hell. I know you can fight off at least one or two of these niggas. I swear to God, hand to God. He didn't say it exactly like that, but that's what he told her. He's like, nah, you're gonna be all right. Go ahead, go work out in the dark. You don't need these panties. And then after he hung up, he's like, wait a minute. I don't want nobody to really do this to her. I'm gonna bring the panties to her. So, but I like that he entertains the fact that she's doing too much. I like that he entertains the fact that, no, you can't just call me whenever. But at the same time, we see that she is training him to be at her beck and call, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If it's a worthy shawty and she gonna treat you right, go bark for her, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, Takamine-san is officially on my buy-in program. I'm good with it. It's dope. I want to see what the chat has to do with it. Like the way she treats him now almost makes me forgive her for the allegations that she has currently circling around him, but not quite. Like I almost kind of sort of just a tiny bit can look the other way. But I'm not at the same time. Bag her ass up. Nah, honestly, just bag her ass up. She's too much. But yeah, that's a Takamine-san tip. So the next tip we're gonna jump on. I want to talk about we talking about Fire Force. We gotta talk about the hottest anime out right now. We gotta talk about the thing that's burning everybody left, right, and center. It's burning more people than some diseases in the 70s. It's burning through people quicker. Oh no, I'm not saying that one. Whoa. That was almost crazy. I was about to say burning people quicker than some nope. Jokes don't always need to be said. Fire Force. All hail the mighty evangelist. Damn, I definitely messed that word up. The mightiest amongst us, for his taste in the waifus, for only he would choose the thickest and the sickest of them all to burn. This nigga had some of the baddest bitches, bro. The evangelist said, if I can't, the best way to convince the world to burn itself is to find some bad hoes and have a bunch of niggas follow them. That's exactly what they did. We have Harume, objectively thick. We have the crazy pink-haired girl, objectively thick. Now we got Gold, who's tall and thick. Now, Streets is saying she might be a little bit old, but if you think I got a problem with dust on my Pop-Tart, you're wrong. I'm gonna eat it anyways. It doesn't matter in this dojo. I loved this episode of Fire Force. Was beautiful in that it had the classic humor, it had the classic, gags of the eighth being all cheery and happy together, just ready to go body some people. It had the smoke. Shinra and Joker versus Burns was nothing but pure ore farming. They really traded blows like 2 times. Burns talked a little bit. Poor Captain Obi's tied up like in Passion of the Crisis on Easter Sunday, got his arms dangling above his head. He can't see the fight. He just feels the flames. But Joker and Shinra's like, yo, we gotta end this fight now. Burns is just literally, for lack of a better term, burning up. He's just turning up, bro. He hit phase 2 and they barely have traded blows. But today's episode was not about Shinra and Joker versus Burns. That was just a cycle of what's the word? Philosophical barb. That was just to remind us that what the evangelists want is they want the people of the world, of the white clad, to burn the world so that they can start anew and rebuild. And it's a blind faith following that when the world burns and it's built anew, whatever soul bidding is, that's what's gonna happen. They don't care what happens to them. They're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. In my opinion, I think they're terraforming the earth for these goddamn fire demons, these goddamn fire infernal super soldiers to come over, and we should not be doing their fucking will. Harme is literally in a basement screaming her face off, like somehow crying out like water tears to create their bodies. I don't quite understand what's going on down there, but I know enough to know when a demon's being born, bro. And that's literally what's happening. So you could sign me out of that Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, bro. Get me the fuck up out of there. But yeah, that's the real sauce that's happening in the background with Fire Force. I understand that the white clad don't care. I understand that they're all trying to follow the one true God, the will of Soul, or the evangelist, or whoever they believe is working in Soul's best interest. It's just a reminder. I just like that this episode they went over it one more time what their plan was, just to remind you how asinine it sounds. And they're gonna be like, well, if you think that plan sounds asinine, what do you feel about regular religion? I'm not gonna talk about what anybody believes. I'm gonna let y'all believe what y'all want to believe. But I'm just saying, like, if religion says to destroy the world and trust that it's gonna be built anew after you, I don't know, man. Even in the known religions that I happen to know about, we were never the ones who destroyed the world. They told us what to do to survive or to make it to the next phase, like on some Squid Game shit. Yo, shout out to Noah and the Ark. I don't see this working out, but it is what it is. Um, I did like my favorite part of this episode though was the eighth versus Gold and their people. They busted through the wall. I love the joke. Gold's like, "This is the rear entry. There's no way they'll come this way. This is the most guarded wall that we have." And as soon as she said, "This is the most guarded wall that we have," this nigga, this nigga lieutenant blew right through the wall. He was like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" And it's like, "We're here, son." And the running joke was like, they're like, "Wow, when you said that, it's almost like you knew they were gonna be here." And this was just like, "Oh well, whatever." And then she proceeded to drop a cold ass bar. She said, "For the likes of you, I'm merely enough." I don't know what her power is exactly, but it seems that she has ability to negate some pyrokinetics or some shit like that. So I look forward to her continued cooking. I gotta remember what team I'm on. I look forward to the eighth continuing to try to cook her ass because she deserves it. I'm not gonna lie though, her gimmick is fired. The way she talks, the way she says gold, the way she's all about her money, her moolah, investment. She like, yo, that's not enough in the portfolio. I gotta get more return before I make you a folio. I was like, bitch, what? That's kind of bars, but at the same time, like, are you gonna beat their ass or are you gonna rap? But at the end of the day, she's like, I'm enough to take y'all out. So I'm hella excited to see how that fight goes, or how the rest of that fight goes, and see what's gonna happen with Burns, because I don't think Burns is on the evangelist side. I don't think he's with the Madola niggas, and I'm excited to see if we're right or if he's truly just for the birds now. I can see him being for the birds. Like, not everybody's redeemable. Not everybody has like a secondary motive. Not everybody's really that deep. I feel like in this situation, I have a good read that Burns isn't as he appears. But I'm open to being wrong, and if he just ends up being trash and needs to get his ass beat, then let's run his fucking pockets. Like, I don't got that much attachment to him. Another thing I did like in the background, they show my shawty Princess Hibanya, bro. She was in the background, discovering, realizing that she's been way more involved with this whole situation than she's ever could have imagined. She realizes the people around her have been lying to her. I think she's really having her Benimaru turn. Well, Benimaru, he doesn't need to have a turn, but I already know he's Team Shinra. And seeing him worry, I feel like he's gonna spring the action soon. But Princess Habana, her ass, she was really one of the ones on the fence because she is a legacy. She's been here. Her daddy did this, and then she picked it up after her daddy. So to see her turn, her twist will be a massive deal because I see her men under her and they seem loyal to her, but you never know. Her man's is asking, yo, girl, you know this ain't good. You got to stay out of this. And she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna stay out of it. And he kind of just looked at her, and I don't know what that look meant. So I look forward to their continued development on that side. I do fully expect the white clad to not the Empire to not have. I fully expect the grasp that the white clad has on the Empire to not last for too long. There is far too many people that the Eighth have investigated and worked with and interacted with for this to really pass as like the white clad is our friends. I think they're gonna figure it out. And I think objectively we all know human combustion is not good. Burning the earth to terraform it for the arrival of God is not good. And we need to stop what the fuck the white clad's doing. I don't know. Some people are like, oh, if it's the will of soul, so let it be. I say, if it's the will of soul, what the fuck that got to do with me? But then again, I'm not a believer in the fire. I believe in the almighty Adola, not the evangelist, not mighty soul. I believe in the fire itself. All praise the Adola, baby. That's where I'm at with it. But yeah, y'all let me know below what y'all think, because that's one where it's I don't want to say it's complicated, but I feel like it's deeper than it looks. It warrants more discussion. That's how it's like that. Burning faster than a taco 12 pack from Taco Bell. Oh my god. Oh, don't say things like that. You gonna give me like PTSD, post terrible bubble guts. God damn. Kaching, yo, when she said Kaching, that shit was so fucking cute. I ain't gonna hold you. She said it's time to take out the trash and collect on that recycling. Kaching. I was like, damn, girl, what's with that shit in my ear? What we doing? Fire Force seems like it's gonna have a mind blowing episode any minute, just waiting for it. Honestly, I thought this one was gonna be it. I thought this episode was gonna be the whoa episode. What one thing I will say about this episode that disappointed me was the Joker and Shino versus Burns fight was legitimately just aura farming. It was like Burns just turning up. Besides the first exchange of hands, they're just standing there talking to each other, trying to figure out what the next move, and Burns is just like leveling up. And I see Shinra is like about to do his hand signs to turn the fuck up, which is cool and all. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Because even to this moment, I know Joker is strong. I know Joker got reflexes. And I know he pyrokinetic, but I don't know how he matches up with Burns. I just don't. Like Burns has sheer firepower and he has his like basically like his flame aura that protects him. I don't know if Joker can cut through that. And then She-Ra gonna have to like try to like outspeed that shit. But I don't know, man. They gonna we gonna find out. We gonna see. But yeah, I thought this episode Fire Force was gonna be the barn burner, but it's gonna have to be the next two. Cause look, I enjoy Fire Force. I don't have a problem with anything that's going on. But I already know in your last season, after a 4-year hiatus, yes, you have to remind people why we're watching, why we're fighting. But you need to get the boxing real soon, bro. You need to get the boxing real soon. Because as much as Fire Force is about mystery, as much as it is about the social political aspects going on, as much as it is about villains, Fire Force is also about boxing. We about that action in Fire Force. We don't run from no motherfucking fate, no matter how hard, how strong that opponent is. The 8th does not run from smoke, nigga. We Fire Force, nigga. We run. We see smoke, we run in. Matter of fact, we see smoke, nigga. We probably started the smoke. But that's just me, bro. Shino got that unlock from last season he hasn't used. Yo, honestly, that too. Ooh, that will be especially interesting to see how that shit plays out. Mr. Light Speed now. My man hitting those FTLs, boy. Ooh, shout out that brother Shin for showing him what's good. We need Benimaru in it, bro. When West boy Benimaru pulls up to this, whenever they happen to have him pull up, I'm gonna need the whole studio to be working on those scenes. I need my nigga to shine. I want to see these broomsticks of death come from every which direction and angle. I want to see everything. I want to see that shit burn, son. But yeah, comment down below. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Fire Force. How y'all feel about it? When do you think the barn burn is coming? All right, the last tip we're gonna jump on right now is To Be Hero X. Honestly, To Be Hero X did what I would like to call masterpiece, cinema, peak, someone you will call it. They delivered a masterclass in storytelling in this episode with Furman. Now, let me tell you, as soon as they said his name was Furman, I was like, hey, bro, he's just like me for real. Salute to the real ones. But no, let me stop. His name was Furman. I'm like, I don't know if that's a good name. Then they go through his story arc, right? He was just a firefighter, tried to save a shawty. The walls come down. He stood tall, held it up, protected her. Her her trust in him was the first trust that he ever earned, and it happened to be the strongest. Then he becomes an accidental hero. Niggas start talking about his feats, his greatness. Oh my god, now he's that fucking nigga. Then he accidentally stops a villain, fucking the boys style, just fucking splats him, goes in to get another cola, literally finishes this dude's life, doesn't give a flying fuck, bro. And then now he's a top 10 hero, legit on some crazy shit. And then what I love about it is his power isn't anything that like is overly useful. And his power is actually like a detriment to his regular life. The way the powers work in To Be Hero is very fun and very fascinating. You know, I always make the jokes of I would never want to live in the My Hero Academia world because even if you have a quirk, if your quirk is something that like your body can contort to or like colorize to, you now not only have a quirk, but you also, for lack of a better term, you don't look normal, right? So hypothetically, if I had a teleportation quirk, my face would like be like a black fucking hole. So I would have a dope quirk where I go anywhere in the world, but I have no fucking face. How am I supposed to get bitches? Like, can you imagine I was born just faceless, just like a black fucking vortex? Like they knew from the moment I was born that I was gonna be able to teleport, and there was nothing I could do about it. I would never have a face. Like, no, I don't want that shit. So same thing with 2B Hero X. Some of these powers come with crazy drawbacks, and this story, this masterclass in storytelling, really detailed one that you just wouldn't expect. Furman, the way the story was perfectly woven to give the hero who didn't want to be and the victim who watched the hero be taken and turned into like to be turned into a symbol that they didn't want to be, and now she has to go back and rescue him. He rescued her, now she has to go back and rescue him because only she knows and she understands what it really means when he says I can't bend, I can't come down there. She went to go give him the scarf and he's like, sorry shawty, I can't even get this from him. She's like, you can't bend? He's like, I can't bend. And she's like, so you can't bend down and give me a hug? You can't bend down and tie your shoes? Do you even sit when you shit? I said it first like I was joking. The way I felt vindicated when 2B Hero X was like, this nigga can't bend over to take a dookie. Like his boots go above his knees and it has joints in the knees in the boots, but they don't bend, bro. They literally don't fucking bend. This nigga was sleeping standing up because he had to stand for something. Niggas trust in him was so strong he couldn't bend his fucking legs. Does that sound real or fair to you? Is that not insane, bro? Oh my god. 2B Hero X has one of the best has one of the best cases for world building I've seen in a really long time. Because every time you see you hear a hero name or you hear a hero's power, it's like, yo, yeah, your power sounds cool, but what's your drawback? What's your problem? Like I like with Nice, he's like, yo, I'm naturally OCD and anxious, and having these powers are making me more OCD and anxious. Like it's bad. Like Adorkable caught it. Like there was a cup she put on the table. He isn't reached over, replaced it, spun the logo, and then went back to what he's doing. I speak to his character because never forget he worked in the marketing team for this division before he became Nice. That's why he'll understand the PR, he'll understand marketing, he'll understand what will get the people going. He says the right thing at the right times, always. He knows why his moves look flashy and beautiful as it gets the people. His buy-in is just higher than everybody else's. He's already been doing this, and now he is this, which is so cool to see, but it also opened the door in a question. With Furman's story, the way that it went, the way he went from nobody to hero to needing to be rescued from the powers, and then you write in that the first original Nice just walked off the edge of the building and ended his life, knowing he had powers, he could fly, he could stop it at any moment. But he's like, I want out of this. And given that fact that his name is Nice to begin with, I can imagine this guy is probably was not a nice person or was maybe just a regular dude. He was nice one time or he saved somebody one time and someone's like, oh my God, you're so nice. And somebody else heard it and like, that's the nice guy. That's nice guy. That's the nice guy. And then now he's nice and he has powers and he has to always be nice. He can never be mean. He can never be frustrated. He shows no emotions other than being nice. I can imagine if you see a bunch of atrocities, but you have to be nice. People are doing you so dirt, coming after you, doing trying to take your title, and you have to be nice. That could probably drive you insane. And sometimes, depending what people wish for you or what powers they will to you, that could also be a detriment. You just never know. So, like when I see the story of Firm Man, right, and I put that next to the story of Nice, I'm like, there's a real dark undertone. Actually, and you throw in Moon's story too, there's a really dark undertone here. And I feel like almost a social commentary of once you let yourself become one to the public or one with the public, you're almost at their beck and call and whim. You're almost weak to them at that point where whatever they decide for you is kind of what you get. So for man, like you look at some celebrities and some people with status and power, they legitimately can't live life like regular people. And some with people is like, yeah, but you're rich, but you're famous, but you're this, but you're that. But like, there's sometimes like the way I could just like leave my house, go to the grocery store, get what I need to get, and come back is a luxury in the eyes of somebody with the power, money, or influence that maybe some of these heroes would have. You know what I mean? And Furman literally just could not bend. He could not touch the ground, couldn't change his socks. I'm pretty sure those boots did not those legs, those things on his legs did not come off. I'm pretty sure they never came off. Like I don't know the last time that nigga washed his ankles. Can you imagine the smell in there? Bruh. Oh my god, I gotta hold my nose. Whoo, but yeah, so my hero X, or to be my hero X, to be hero X has a fantastic premise. I love the way they tell the stories. We knew from very early on that this terrorist, this villain, was gonna be the girl that he saved. It was just I don't want to say it's obvious, but they did a good job at making obvious. They not obvious. They did a good job at making it very apparent, right? Because obvious is the wrong word. They did a lot of showing and not telling because Nice goes into the lair. He opens a book. You see, oh, the scarf. Yeah, it's her. You go back. Hey, where am I standing under? Everything they did just made sense. It looked good. It was fantastic. I think if 2B Hero X can continue on this route, it will be one of those ones. It could be, I'm gonna say something crazy, but don't call me. Don't say I'm doing too much. This could be something like Free Ren, where it's like, I heard nothing about it. I expecting nothing of it. I don't know where it came from. We started watching it and it was fantastic. It has good storytelling. That's what To Be Hero has. The storytelling is a fucking one, baby. Oh my god. Fantastic stuff. But yeah, I in the last episode we asked ourselves if you were to hypothetically get a power based off of your trust level and your personality, what would it be? I think the power that you guys would grant me would literally be the power of persuasion where like if I say the way if I do or say things in a certain way I can get people to do whatever I want, or you guys would grant me like the ability to, oh, what would it be? Y'all give me like the ability to see through things. Yeah, y'all give me ability to see through things. I'm director nasty, so y'all want me to see everything nasty. So I can like see through walls, clothes, anything. I can see through anything that I want to straight through. But I feel like that's what it'd be. You probably get the nasty power. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I feel like. I think it'd be something. It'd be something to do with being nasty. I just know it would. I just know it would. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. It would just have to do. It would have something to do with me being nasty, 1,000%. But it is what it is. But anyways, yeah. That's my thoughts on My Hero X. My Hero X. To Be Hero X. I think it's fantastic, and I look forward to what they're gonna do with Nice. I know he said he wanted to be in the top 10, but to see him reach the top 10 legitimately within one episode of saying he wants to be in the top 10, and I realized that he was already like number 15. He wasn't that far off, right? Or he was like 15 or 16. He wasn't that far off. But like to just achieve that goal like that, that's interesting. And I also see that there's an X, like the one, like on some Matrix shit or Jet Li shit, I should say. There's the one X, and that's probably who's gonna have to aim for next. I don't know. I shouldn't say this, but I don't know in the intro if X is him in the future, or if X is somebody that just looks like him, and they're gonna end up having the battle for that spot. Either way, I'm here for it. So if you're listening on Spotify or if you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you. Make sure you drop a sub. Let me know your thoughts down below on To Be Hero X. Alright, I'm gonna take a sip of water and now we're gonna jump into Waifu Goddess Izakai. Let me get some out of my siesta. Yo, your boy was thirsty. Holy hell. I just drank so much water in a row. Alright, y'all ready? What's going on? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Waifu Goddess Izakai. Today, we're doing the Fire Force Shotties who will burn you. Maybe not burn you, but they'll be there for the smoke. Maybe they won't smoke you, but they'll definitely set your soul on fire. That would have been way cooler if I didn't stutter, but it is what it is. But today on Waifu Goddess Izakai, we have three, count them, 1, 2, 3 shotties. All of them hot, all of them pyrokinetics, all of them here to burn your soul. On the first, we got Maki from Company 8. I know it started with the C word. I just couldn't think of the right C word. From Company 8, she is a lieutenant in training, up and coming, trying second generation pyrokinetic. Her likes and hobbies include dating, lifting weights. Did I mention dating and lifting weights? She loves men, and she just wants to get married soon. And did I mention she's buff? Buff as hell. You know how I feel about buff girls. Next in line, we got Princess Hibanya from Company 4. She's a legacy commander, taking after her father, the king, allegedly. Princess Hibanya, she has money, influence, power, pyrokinetic. She's dark-skinned, light eyes, thick as can be, top and bottom. Oh my god, she's everything you would want and need. I'll throw a piece of wood at her, and if that shit catch, I wouldn't be mad at it. Why? Because it's my wood. Why? Because I'm already burning. Don't even matter. And the last shawty we have today is Harume from the White Clad. The White Clad! You already know. If they're wearing white and they have hoods, I'm typically not in. But on this one, I'd be willing to be the strange fruit on that tree swinging for this girl. Because when I tell you, 1, she don't look. 2, she thick in the top. 3, she thick in the bottom. 4, she crazy as hell. And everybody knows you don't stick your thing in crazy, but if you do stick your thing in crazy, make sure you're prepared for the consequences. And now, Lord knows, if I gotta go to the tree, if I gotta go to the clad, then so be it. But that's only if I choose her. The 3 shawties today, I think this Waifu Goddess Izakai is not gonna be that hard. It's not gonna be that bad. To be honest with you, I feel like the weight classes here are kind of skewed a little bit. First, I'll talk about Harume. 1, she's mysterious. Now, usually, as a guy, you want to be mysterious. You want to be stoic. But as the guy, that's what you want to be. You don't want your shawty to be mysterious. And worst of all, you not only do you not want her to be mysterious, you also don't want her talking to a bunch of other niggas. This shawty Harume also happens to be talking to this nigga, the evangelist, right? She's talking to this nigga Shenron, who for whatever reason think he her daddy or her man. I'm not sure which one. And she answers to a whole lot of people. She's thick and she's sick, which is hot. I do like the mind control thing where it's like, you know, she can hack your brain and make it feel extra good for you. Or maybe she makes you think there's like 4 of her, so you got 9 hands on you when you get your massages. I don't know. I do know though that with a smile like that, she's just hurt. She's just a girl looking for a guy to really, I don't want to say tame her, who's willing to be there and really just hold her and be like that strong force that she needs. But also somebody to hold her hand as she's giving birth to fucking fire demons in a basement somewhere. But also who's not gonna judge her. Looking at you, Sharon. In the middle, we got Princess Hibanya. That's dark skin mocha latte chocolate. black coffee with a bunch of cream in it, looking ass girl. Woo! Look, she walk out with the biddies out. She's smart as hell. She be in the library. She be book reading. She be doing that research, trying to figure out what's going on with human combustion. She makes sound decision. She uses her resources well. She has power, money, influence, tall, dark, thick, lit. Burn me up. I don't really have much to say about her. She literally has everything. She has it all. There's no else here. Look at the hair. Look at the fur on the jacket. Like, what are we even talking about here? I will say, however, if she don't like you, I don't know what to say, bro. Cause she's very much a type like if she fuck with you, you good. If she don't fuck with you, yo, you can't even get a word out of her. I can only imagine she's the type of girl that like, y'all might be together kicking it, max and relaxing, all that good stuff. And you gonna piss her off, bro. And when you piss her off, she gonna get that ick. And if she get that ick, she ain't gonna let you deal. She ain't gonna let you deal no dick. 0, 0, 0, 0. I feel like the biggest drawback with Habana might be just that she's kind of a fickle kind of princess, but it matches with her name and her demeanor. But I do also know on the other side, if she likes you, you're good. So you just gotta make sure she likes you, right? Nah. Now, when it comes to Maki actually on this one is the most reasonable, and I say that lightly because although at times she can get riled up, and again, if you're not a strong man, you gotta understand she's a strong woman. You don't have to be okay with her like opening the jars, probably carrying you across the threshold to the bed. You think you getting those covers back? No, you're not, nigga. No, you're not. You think you gonna tug that shit away from her? Nah, fam. Just get your own covers. Go get your own covers. I do like that she is a gentle, playful soul that kind of been forced into this tough exterior and personality. And I feel like that when she's around me, she could just, like, I'll be enough Ottawa for the both of us. So she could just be her Watashi wa self. And I think our bunkais would just really go well together. Or Star, Watashi wa Star. That'd be nice too. It's all good. So like with Maki, she's kind of an easier pick to be honest. She really is. All three have their qualities, the tops and bottoms. Especially tops and bottoms. When we're looking, honestly, body wise, all three of them are pretty much in similar weight classes. I would say Habana might be a little bit out of Maki's weight class, but if a little bit, not by much. And Harame is like a solid third place, but it's one of those ones where it's like it's just more about who you like because all three just have their own aesthetics. Me personally, I do love like buff girls. I love tan skin anime girls. I love me a good girly girl, and she pretty girly, but she can also thug it up. I need both. Like if you like, it's either I want you in the heels with the short dress and the fur jacket, or I need you to be like in the Timbs and the fucking tracksuit because we're about to spin the block. I feel like Habana's a block spinner. Maki also spins a block, but she's more like, no, she'll do both. Maki can honestly do both too. So you know what? Scratch what I was about to say. I was about to talk down on my girl's name, but we're not doing that. No siree. Not at all. So after thorough discussion and consideration, I think I've come down to this. When it comes to my wife who got is Izakai, right? I think right now, easily I can say I'm Izakai Harame, right? She got to go. She thick, she's sick. I like how she sits. However, she got to go because she's crazy and out of control, and I don't want to deal with all that. I really just don't. I consider not even putting Harame in this. I considered putting in Sister Iris, but I felt like if I put Sister Iris in this, she would have been a little bit out of her weight class. And because she's a little bit out of her weight class, and we know things about Sister Iris, but there's not. Her appeal is that she's sweet vanilla and that she's for Shinra. And I don't know, even if with the limited information I have on her, competing against these three shotties, I couldn't do it in good. I couldn't do it in good faith. Same thing with Tamaki. Tamaki would have been. She's out of her weight class, and honestly, because she's already like the horny character, I just feel like I don't want her. Everybody has her. She's for the streets. And it's not her fault she's for the streets. It's y'all fault, honestly. But I didn't want to put Tamaki in this and just hurt her feelings. So this is who I decided to go with. So with that being said, we're Izakai Harame. She's out here. Bag her ass up. She's done. Right? I want to waifu Maki. I'm going to Goddess. Oh yeah, Goddess Princess Habanya. Now, if I'm being frank with you, the reason why I'm choosing is very much superficial, right? I think the demeanor of both shawties, Maki and Princess Habanya, both match my style. They match my taste. They're very much my speed. So it's already one of those things like we're gonna click on that level no matter what. It's not even that big of a deal. What it really comes down to is who has more of the aesthetics that I happen to enjoy in my waifus. And honestly, it's Habanya. While Maki is buff, right, and cute, love the dark hair, Habanya is tan skin, tall, wears heels, skirts, down with the fur, girly girl, princess, money, power, influence. I hate to say it, but she actually has Maki like outclassed at every fucking level. Besides personality, I think I would choose Maki's personality because it's just genuinely sweeter and more caring, like all the time and across the board, versus Habana, who if she doesn't actually like you and fuck with you, like your ass is grass. Your ass is actually grass, and I don't want my ass to be grass. I want my ass to be. I want my ass to be watered, or whatever. Anyways, so that's my waifu goddess Izakaya. We're waifung Maki, we're gotta sing Habana, and we're Izakaya Harume. I feel like this one will be pretty easy for most people. So you guys let me know who's your waifu goddess Izakaya out the three selected here. But also, go ahead, throw in Tamaki and throw in Sister Iris. I want to see what combos and mixes y'all got going. If I'm being honest with you, if I took out Harume and I put in Sister Iris, I feel like it still comes out the same. And I put in Tamaki, I feel like it still comes out the same. Literally comes out exactly the same. I actually would only considering waifuing Tamaki because she probably might let me hit. But I also feel like Tamaki is a type where she accidentally shows a lot, but she doesn't actually do anything. Versus Maki, who I feel like has been dying to find a man and will like bust wide open for a nigga. Yeah, I went there. I said what I said. I don't regret it. So go ahead, comment down below. What is y'all waifu goddess Izakai of these three? And outside of these three, if you could swap somebody out, who are you waifu goddess Izakai in the show in general? I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to know who you got cooking. Yo, special shout out to the engineer's sister that's like his sister that's in college. That girl, yo, shout her out because honestly, she up there too, for real, for real. I can't really think of anybody else, but she up there too. I consider her. But with that being said, make sure you comment down below what I told you to. Catch Sauce Maho Radio on Monday nights on Twitch. Crash Out King the NTTV. We are out and we're into the next one. We are now into the animes of the week. Oh, animes of the week. Award of the week. Awards of the week? What is wrong with me? Oh my god. I can't keep it together. That's fucking good. Okay. Na, 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 na. You're far too kind. Anyways, y'all don't know nothing about that. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Yeah? Flip and flow with the Brooklyn Bows? So for one last time, I need y'all to roar. What the hell you waiting for? Look what you made me do. Look what I made for you. New. No, y'all know Jay. All right, it's all cool. Y'all know ball. Y'all know ball. Just say you don't know ball. It's okay. You don't have to know ball. I ball. Singing anything yay right now is wild. That's not yay. That was Jay. That was Jay. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing yay. Look, my former goat is washed. We don't talk about him no more. We just listen to his music in secret like R. Kelly, bro. We don't talk about my former goat no more. My new goat is Tyler the Creator. Or sorry. J. Cole. J. Cole and Tyler the Creator are my new goats. We not talking about yay, bro. The former goat, we call him FG, bro. Former goat. Former goat. You can tell him I said it. The discography has fallen off to the point where I can't even support it no more. This Vulture is not that great. It had some bangers, not that great. Not his best wordplay, not his best production. And he's just saying all kinds of crazy shit. Nah. My former GOAT is washed. We don't talk about him no more. He's on his own. He's made his decisions. He's chosen his side in history. He wants to be free, but he wants to be accepted. He don't know what the fuck he wants. I can't defend that man. I haven't defended that man a long ass time. I would say though, I would be like, yeah. I think no, I don't talk about yay, but the music's still good. I still listen to TLPO. I still listen to Beautiful Dark Fantasy. I go back to College Dropout. That's cool. I won't even say it no more. I just listen to it quietly in the background. Don't tell nobody, bro. It's heartbreaking. It really is. They say don't meet your heroes, but sometimes they say you live long enough to either stay here. You either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And he's just done it long enough to become the villain, bro. He didn't wake up. He lost his mama and he got lost, man. It is what it is. It's sad. Grief, grief, trauma, and loss can do crazy things to you, man. As someone who everybody goes through death and loss and grief, right? But like, yeah, it does. My goat's 50, 50. If I your boyfriend, I think about you all the time. I think all the time. I think 50 has some good music, great music. I think he's a fantastic businessman, but an even better troll. Him, what the two people on Twitter I would love to see get into a beef the most, like, but hopefully it doesn't get too serious, is Ice T and fucking 50 Cent. If they started beefing, bro, oh my god. That would be legendary beef, bro. Cause they just know how to talk shit, bro. They know how to talk shit with the best of them. I can imagine the barbs, the back and forth, the bars, bro. Must see TV, fucking cinema, bro. It'd be absolutely cinema. I know you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It would be fucking beautiful. Mm. Okay. My goat's Pac. Dun, 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 changes. Dun, 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 dun. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. Y'all old though. Y'all some old motherfuckers. My goal is J. Cole slash Tyler the Creator. That doesn't make me much better. People like Tyler the Creator, Tyler the Creator. Like I didn't realize when it happened, but somewhere around the Igor album, I was like, yo, I listened to a lot of Tyler the Creator. Like a lot. Like a lot. Like holy shit. Like when I look at my playlist, like I'm not sharing the stage, but my playlist is a lot of my big playlist, my all time all favorite like songs playlist. A lot of it, there's a lot of Tyler Creator. There's a lot of J Cole. There's a lot of Logic. Oh my god, more Logic than I care to admit. If I'm being real with you, there's a lot of Donald Glover or sorry, Childish Gambino. Fuck, love Childish Gambino, bro. Fucking love Childish Gambino. Yeah, unfortunately, my taste, Chance the Rapper. I have a lot of Chance the Rapper. Like my taste in rap is like so weird, but I'm okay with it being weird because a lot of what I like, I actually don't care if anybody else likes it because I hear some of the shit that y'all niggas like, and I'm like, this is ass, bro. Like this is ass. But it is what it is. But like everybody has some good songs. But when it comes to, like discographies, if you don't want to talk about discographies, I'm talking about entire albums that are bangers. I'm talking about no skips. I'm talking about you listened to and played every song at least 3 times type shit. Hey man, yeah, that's the kind of shit I'm on. You still listen to any of that old school R&B? Oh, it's my funny enough. Funny enough, I love old school R&B. My fucking slow playlist, the playlist that I make Shawty's breakfast to, nothing but old school R&B. And you guys remember? I don't want to say I went through a K-pop phase. 'Cause I still listen to K-pop, but there was like an 8 month span where I listened to like almost nothing but K-pop for most of the time. My favorite K-pop songs and groups all kind of emulate 90s R&B. They have some of the best music. They something about K-pop, they are able to take the like girl group or the guy group R&B vibe and they just do it very fucking well. I don't understand a goddamn thing they're saying other than like every couple of words, but the vibe is so immaculate. The music, the sounds, the musicality, how their voice is also an instrument, and they're not afraid to hit you one of those type shits. Oh yeah, that shit's nice. I love the K-pop. I love K-pop, and I love the K-pop groups. But yeah, old school R&B. Yeah. Old school R&B is always where it's at. Yo, Jagged Edge. I was just talking about because I went to one of my friend's wife's birthday party this weekend, and it's a bunch of old heads, and we're talking about like '90s R&B. We're talking about 98 Degrees. We're talking about Drew Hill. We was talking about fucking Kenny Connor. You talking Al Green? We was talking old school. Ooh, that fucking hits, bro. It was real fucking nice. It was real nice. It was a good time though. It was a good ass time, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's get out this brief intervention. Some OG Usher and Tiz. Yo, I was literally just singing Usher. Yo, so I was singing Usher to Crush, and I realized the song I sang was a bad idea. Like, you remind me of a girl that I once knew. I wish you never met. You know, and it's funny because you remind me sounds like such a beautiful song of like longing and missing somebody. But when you listen to the lyrics, he's talking about how you remind him of a girl that dogged him the fuck out, bro. 112, peaches and cream, and Pretty Ricky. It's 5 in the morning, and I'm up learning to you. So horny, I wanna have life. Sorry, no. Okay, no, we're here to talk about anime. But you know what? This is what I liked about the Sauce Maho. I don't always want to be about anime. If we get off topic, I actually don't care if we get off topic. Because like Sauce Maho is supposed to be for me to talk about what I want to talk about, and I turned it into very much like anime centric thing, which is fine. But I like these moments where we don't have to talk about anime. We just talk about whatever the fuck we want because well, it's my show. It's our show, comrade. Ours. But yeah. Woo! Walk down memory lane, bro. Good ass times, man. Love my heart, bro. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. However you want. Baby, if you give it to me. Oh, shit! That's that shit, bro. Ooh! Boy, don't let me go back in time, bro. Don't make me go back in time. Oh, man. Look, I love that. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you whenever you want. And then like, Fuego, son. Fuego. All right, let's jump back into the anime. We are going into the Anime Award of the Week. Yes, sir. First award of the week, Romance of the Week, goes to Takamine-san. Why? Because I said so. But also because Takamine-san, for finally finding their stride as a rom-com and showing that there is a chance. I love the fact, so my beef with Takamine-san is I understand it's supposed to be a rom-com. I didn't feel it being Rami or Kami at all. I really felt like this was like a hostage situation with a little bit of Stockholm. And, I felt like there was a push or pull, but it wasn't until this episode 3 I was really cemented. I was okay, there is cooking. There is something cooking. His mind, in his deep recess of his mind, he does want her. But his mind forward, his conscious mind, says she is too good for me. She has me by the balls. She has allegations above me. I don't want to be with her. I can't be with her. Nobody want me to be with her. And she's like, deep down you want me, but up front you don't think you can have me. I don't like that you think that way because it's not what you think. And I'm just like, oh shit. And he's like, no, he doesn't understand. But it's okay, my boy. You gonna come to understand. I do enjoy this rom-com because it reminds as of right now, I'm officially giving it Nagotaro vibes, where it's like this girl is objectively too good for you, but for whatever reason, she has taken a liking to you. And because she has taken a liking to you, she will try to raise you up, build you up. She's going to craft you into a man that she can stand tall next to, stand proud, and like, this my nigga right here. And I don't know why. I don't know what about that touches me so much. I don't know what about that really attracts me to certain rom-coms, but that shit really warms my fucking heart. And I like that very early on, for us, the viewers at least, we know that she has an interest in him and he has a chance, but I also like that he stands 10 toes down on business and really doesn't let her just run over him. And it's working in his best, it's working in his favor because that's also something that she admires about him. That it's like, oh, you still fighting it. Oh, you still fighting back. Oh, you look when you want to look, but you're trying to act like you're a good boy. He's playing because he's just being it. This is one of those few situations where because he's just being himself and just trying to like get through this situation, it's actually working in his best interest and his best favor. I said a yay line. She said she loved me for me. How could you be more phony? In this case, I don't know, man. What it is for me is she sees how he is and she's like, I can make him better. But not like in a toxic, I'm gonna change everything about him way. I'm just gonna highlight the good things about himself, the good things that already exist about him. I'm going to highlight them so he can see them and then he could truly take control and be confident in his own life, and then he might become somebody that I can stand next to. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're gonna shine a light on someone's good features so they can understand and come into their own person, I think that's a fair game. Now, if you start shining a light and you start revealing their flaws and you start picking at them and you start talking shit, like, no, fuck you, go away, you're terrible, you're the worst kind of person. Why would you do that to somebody? But if you're going about it in the manner that she's going about it, I'll allow it. I will allow it. And that's why I give this romance of the week. We finally get to the rom-com part of things because it very much felt like, hostage. But now we're here. So I'm excited. I'm excited. My favorite part of that episode, I think I will say, was when she caught him. She said, I heard what you said, but I don't like that you don't think you have a chance. And he's like, what? And it's like, what? And it's like, oh, come on, buddy. You know what that meant. You knew what that meant. You better make sure you clock that. T, is that what they say in the streets? Something like that. But yeah, romance of the week goes to Takamine-san. Funniest moment. All right. Funniest moment goes to Lazarus. Lazarus actually had two funny ass moments in this week, right? The first funny ass moment is Axel goes to this homeless camp to get information, right? He gets to the homeless camp, right? And one of the first people he runs into is a black boy, right? This black kid happens to be playing basketball, right? This black kid asks Axel, hey, do you play? And Axel's like, not really. He's like, let's play. I'm like, I know they didn't just go to the hood, put a black kid playing basketball who's also a scammer. I was like, all right, Lazarus, y'all ain't shit for this. But in a crazy freaking twist of fate, this kid thinks he's about to hustle Axel, gets fucking hustled. He literally gets ran up his back and dunked on two different times. Axel's like, yo, you gonna pay, right? Because, oh, yeah, we playing for money. You better pay me, bro. You better pay me. Man, he loses. Axel says, learn to pick your marks better, and just leaves. And this dude has a nerve to call Axel an asshole, but it's like, bro, you tried to hustle him. That's your motherfucking fault. He's absolutely right. Learn how to pick your marks better, buddy. The other funny moment was when they get the turkey, bro. This nigga Leland is probably the most funny accidental racist ass nigga I've ever seen in my life, bro. This motherfucker goes to Turkey and they pull up and Axel's in his regular outfit and then you look at Leland and this nigga's like in a full like garb in the full getup, bro. And Axel's like, so I gotta ask you a question. What's up with your fit? He's like, oh. And Leon's like, oh, I'm glad you like it. It's comfortable. It keeps it cool. And I wanted to dress like the locals. And Axel goes, dress like the locals? And then they pan out to this shot right here where there's not a fucking soul that is dressed like this nigga right now. This nigga dressed like the crown prince of Dubai to go to fucking Turkey, bro. I don't know who the fuck I don't know what he looked up, what he Googled, or which chat GPT version that he used to give him this incorrect information. But my man's looking fucking out of place. This is like if I were to go to like I don't know Japan and just like a fucking samurai and say like, oh yeah, I'm this is how they dress. Or if I went to South Korea and I dressed like I was from the Joneson era and I was like, oh yeah, this is how they dress locally. Like niggas would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you come here in the most caricature racist ass outfit that you could ever imagine or figure out? what would possess you in this moment to think that this was the right fit to put on? I ain't gonna lie, Leland high-key got that shit on, even though he got the Jesus slippers on. He got that shit on, but it's like, you look like a fucking tourist, bro. You look like a tourist. And of course, in looking like a tourist fashion, they got their asses ran up on and jumped. Literally got their pockets ran. They didn't I realized at a certain point they had no clue what the bracelet was on his arm that they were trying to rob them for. Cause like, if I remember correctly, if that bracelet comes off, they die. Like, it blows up. So it was one of those things, like, they didn't know what it was. They just knew, hey, y'all not from here. Y'all don't look like any gangs would be mad if y'all went missing. Y'all niggas look like y'all got money. Yeah, we gonna beat y'all niggas asses, bro. Come here. Hey, let me talk to you real quick. They jumped them expeditiously. I think my favorite thing, the funniest moment about this whole thing, is that like, there's niggas chasing them that clearly have guns. And for the first like 4 minutes of the chase, nobody shoots a shot. And I made the joke like 3 times. I was like, oh, bullets are expensive here. And they're like, what? I'm like, yo, I see a bunch of niggas with guns and nobody's shooting a bullet. So either they're not trying to track attention or bullets are expensive. Because me personally, if I'm really trying to rob a nigga and I feel like I'm gonna get away with it, why would I chase him around? I'm just gonna shoot him. They didn't shoot him, so I was like, you're either trying to capture or you don't, or bullets are expensive. So finally, somebody with a handgun starts shooting at them, and that's why I was like, bullets are expensive here. Because I saw a bunch of niggas with automatic rifles, nobody shot them. First thing I popped up with a handgun and a 9mm, pop, 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 try to shoot him. I was like, that or y'all guns were empty. They're just for show. I don't know which one it is, but it's funny to think the whole part of Istanbul when they're in Turkey, that whole part of the show was absolutely peak hilarity. Absolutely peak hilarity, bro. Just funny for no goddamn reason. If you're not watching Lazarus, make sure you go do that because it's actually hilarious. I'm waiting for a short hair blondie from the OP to show up. Ooh, I don't know if I know who you're talking about, but I'm interested. If there's a blondie coming through, yo, baby, won't you come my way? I got something to say. No, I like Lazarus because, I'm glad that the people. Oh, Takamine anime. Oh, you talking about Takamine? There's a blondie coming. Oh, okay. I did not. Oh, I did see a blonde. But I don't know what the purpose and how they're gonna introduce new shotties, but I do look forward to it. Takamine, I'm giving it like more space to cook. I think I was a little too harsh early. All right, next award of the week we got is Hands of the Week. Now, believe it or not, the Hands of the Week, I'm giving it to Tamaki, bro. I'm giving it to Tamaki. And to be real with you, it's for a very simple reason. Here is the bar for greatness. Here is the bar for Tamaki. Here's the bar for being useful. Here's the bar for Tamaki. This shawty, honestly, because she's always been such a gag joke, H-entire character, just seeing her actually be useful was enough for me to give her Hands of the Week. We know she got her little upgrade last season. We know she's been working hard in the background. We know that she didn't have to come on this mission, but decided to come anyways. And on top of that, the only reason that she had to step up to the plate today is because this idiot Arthur decided to stand in the back of the truck, got his ass thrown out, and so now she had to go forward and tank. And now, me personally, I had little to no faith in her when she got the boxing. I was like, oh, Gold is about to smoke her shit right now. We're going to be on that Tamaki pack by the end of this fucking episode. And we weren't puffing on Tamaki, bro. Tamaki, not only did she survive, she was in there. She was being mobile. She was throwing shots, causing distractions. There was a moment where I thought she was about to get clapped up. She escaped. She made it behind cover, got saved by the lieutenant. She legitimately just understood the assignment, executed, did exactly what she was supposed to do, and got out of there. For those reasons, I'm going to give her Hands of the Week, bro. I'm legitimately going to give her Hands of the Week. I could have given it to Windbreakers. I feel like Windbreakers had a good episode, but I feel like Windbreakers had a Talk No Jutsu episode. And because it was a Talk No Jutsu episode, but it was a good episode, I was like, I can't within a reason give them the Hands of the Week, bro. They did show hands and they did talk about hands, but it didn't really deal with hands and stuff, bro. So yeah, shout out to Maki, shout out Fire Force, watch Fire Force. That thing is fuego. The next award of the week we're jumping to is most despicable. Woo-wee. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about this man. Commander Char from Mobile Suit Gundam GQ. This man, he a bad man, boy. This man a bad man. So from my understanding, right, I need to get this down, right? Cause the Gundam niggas been on my neck. They're like, this nigga says he's a fan of Gundam, but every time he watches a Gundam show, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. I'm like, I am a fan of Gundam. I like mech anime, but like I don't know Gundam lore, so like can you like y'all relax on me? Like, no. So from my understanding, this nigga Commander Char was originally in a red mobile suit, right? He's from these space niggas, right? He's not with the Earthians. He's these space niggas. He with the space niggas, he breaks into a colony. He's like, yeah, I heard the Earth niggas was hiding out in here. We gonna jump them real quick. Their handhold on us is falling. We gotta jump these niggas while we can. They jump into the colony. There's a big ass. There's like a. They jump the colony and like, yo, you see that shit over there? Like, yeah. Did these niggas just leave a mobile suit open? Yeah, the fuck they did. Yo, I'm gonna go steal that mobile suit. That shit look nice, bro. And he gets into the mobile suit and go figure. Surprise! It's a Gundam, son. So this is one of the first prototype Gundams made by the Earthians, nonetheless. So he jumps in, steals an Earthian Gundam, right? One of the first ones to discover the Psylocke ability, and man just starts going off. Mind you, we already knew this nigga was kind of him because of what they depicted in the first battle, but this nigga got into the Gundam and just nobody could see him. Nobody can see this man. He literally became a one-man wrecking crew. This nigga became such a problem. At one point, this nigga was like, yo, honestly, I'm so powerful right now. I don't really feel like I need to answer to any government. He's like, yo, I'm a new type, bro. I'm looking for these other new types. Because that's new types, look what we can do. We can pilot these new Gundams. Look at these. We got bits on this shit. We got dual wielding plasma swords in this motherfucker. He's like, yo, us new types, we're the next ones up. We the new breed. These other niggas can't see us. These niggas got mobile suits. Nigga, we in Gundams. We gonna have this shit ran, bro. And they stole technology. They reverse engineered it and made a bunch of Gundams. But the problem with the Gundams is the Gundams don't work with regular ass niggas. You gotta be a new type nigga to really make the Gundam work well, to really make it work in the best way. And the problem is, a lot of these niggas claim they new types, but they weak new types. They're not the new types, the new types that are mad strong. And they just be missing out. So, long story short, this nigga Commander Char is one of the first new types to truly pilot a Gundam. They build everything around him and his abilities. His abilities became so renowned that the Earthians were like, okay, fuck this. We gotta go to this nigga's land and we need to jump him. He was literally the last line of defense. They went to him. They sent the Luna 2 to him. And that nigga was going so bananas, batshit crazy in this Gundam that he legitimately broke a barrier or break limit, blew off a giant ass piece of the goddamn colony, and they had to fly off. And this nigga was never to be seen ever again until what we propose is right now. I made this nigga the most despicable because of the way he demolished niggas. I was really having a hard time understanding. I was like, I don't know. I was watching him work and I heard how they're talking about him. And I was like, I don't know if this nigga's a good guy, bro. There was a moment where I was like, yeah, we stole a Gundam. Woo! Yeah, we're fucking them up in the Gundam. And then he just kept fucking niggas up. And I'm like, oh shit. And then they painted the white Gundam that he stole. They painted it red. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't know if this nigga's a good nigga, bro. He he kind of giving me some scary vibes. And sure enough, fast forward, he's with this other new type nigga. He's like, hey, us new types, we gotta stick together. These world governments, these lunar governments, the Earthians, they really can't fuck with us, bro. Join me. We'll be the new world order, or should I say, the new space order. Instead of evil laughing on these niggas, I was like, oh, this nigga's a fucking problem. So fast forward, after he destroys the Luna 2, him and his Gundam are never to be seen again. However, we have all the technology, all the information, all the analysis, and all the data from what this nigga did. And that's why Gundams are currently outlawed in this world. Or you're not supposed to have a Gundam. Or if you have a Gundam, as we control somebody that's a new type, but there's breakers, there's limits that you're not allowed to go over. So it's interesting to keep an eye on. Shout out to Commander Char. the most despicable. I know I called him most despicable, but everything I talked about him, he's kind of that nigga right now, bro. He's actually legitimately kind of him. He's only despicable because I realized a little too late that I don't think this is a good nigga, bro. I don't think this is a good guy. What's going on, Rainwater? What's happening? What's going on, Zachary? Direct to Ren. Hi, Ren. I don't know what that is. My bad. I'm late. I was playing Minecraft. All good, all good. You want to run some rivals in probably like 15, 20 minutes? You look more like of a Transformer type of homie. I'm more of a Futa OG. Oh my god, buddy. What? OG. That's crazy talk, fam. That's crazy. It's a song. Oh, drop the link after my show. I'll think about it. All right. And the next award of the week we got is Best Plot Twist. I want to keep this one short, bro. The best plot twist goes to 2B Hero X. It's that the fact that Firm Man legitimately cannot squat down to shit and cannot lay down to sleep. I understood that he was a symbol of standing and made jokes that he can't sit or squat. But the fact that the anime really covered it and like, no, you don't understand. He was really a regular ass nigga. He got these powers and he was not allowed to bend his knees no more. Even bending at the waist, his body would not do it. This nigga spent years, like 14 to 15 years, because this girl went from a little girl to like getting mocked through high school and college. She was a grown fucking woman. He probably saved her at 7. And she probably was like 19 when she just came to save him. So like, yeah, 12 years, this nigga ain't really shit or lay down in his bed, bro. It's insane. So she finally was able, through her knocking down of his trust, through her setting him up, she was legitimately able to bring him down to save him from his fate that really wasn't his fault. And there was something beautiful about it. It was a really good story, really good plot twist. But yeah, the plot twist of the week is the fact that Firm Man was literally so firm that it was a detriment to his life. I made jokes about him being firm, like him having like, yeah, his girl's getting it. Nope. I don't know if his thing was sticking out. So you know what? Technically, that thing would probably be firm no matter what. So good on him. Good on him. But all he could do is doggy, bro. Like he couldn't even like get under her or nothing. Like no missionary, no nothing. She just got jump into his arms, yum, yum, yum. But that's okay. He's strong enough to be a fulcrum. Hey, bro. He's like, not to mention, we kind of overlooked the fact that his name's Firm Man, and they really made him. And the first after saving, after becoming in top 10 by taking out that dude who just ran into him, the next job they had for him was, we have this immovable rock that we need to move so we can develop some land. Can we use you as the fulcrum to lift this rock? And he's like, I guess. So he literally rigged him into a goddamn triangle as a fulcrum and used his ability to lift the fucking rock. Do you hear how insane this shit is? Like, imagine your name is Can Man and they're like, hey man, we have a whole bunch of tin that we need to be crushed. Can you help us? And it's like, I'm a hero. It's like, yeah, come crush this tin, nigga. I'm just like, damn, bro. But yeah, shout out to Firm Man, bro. Firm Man staying strong, standing tall. That's my dog. Rah, rah. I'm dead, bro. To be hero so peak. True. It is peak. Are you running Rivals or are you on Temu FIFA? Rivals, the thing is over. The beta's over, so Rivals. And the last award of the week, episode of the week, also goes to be Hero X. Keeping it short, I've been gagging, lollying, all that stuff about 2B Hero X. If you're currently not watching it, I do believe 2B Hero X is the anime of the season right now. I'm hearing Witch Watch is competing, but they're doing copy strike stuff, so I haven't seen it. Fire Force is absolutely fucking heat, but I'm acclimated, I'm accustomed to the story. 2B Hero X is new, original, fresh. That's the only reason it's really beating Fire Force for the season right now. I expect Fire Force to turn up in the next couple episodes and blow 2B Hero X out the water. But I will say, of the newer stuff, of the stuff that's not a returning show, 2B Hero X is leading the pack. It is hitting me in the most ways. It's making me feel things most unique. Good animation. Love the differing art styles between when they're doing action and when they're telling story. I like what it's cooking. I also very much like that it is faster paced too. Like they're not pussyfooting around. Every episode they are keeping it moving, keeping it fresh, and moving on to the next thing. Shout out to Be Hero X for keeping that shit real. Honestly, you got episode 2 had the re-upload. Unfortunate. Yeah. But I see 2B Hero X as long as episode 1 and 2, as long as episode 10 5 is saying I'm dead. Is it gonna be free? No, that game is not going to be free. Um Hero X getting strike is one of those things. As long as we'll see episode 1 and 2, this one, because it's good, I feel like we will continue that shit on Patreon no matter what. As far as it goes on YouTube, I don't know. It is what it is, bro. I don't have a say. I think we're very quickly hitting the point in the industry where in the next couple years, I feel like the companies either need a, oh my god, I gotta watch on saying this because I don't want to incite some crazy shit. I think we're approaching the time where them striking us is like really becoming counterintuitive, because do I understand there's some markets they don't release it in? Yes, but I feel like we bring attention. I feel like we're a form of free advertising. I feel like, especially the way we do stuff, we are not taking away, we're not making fun of, we're not talking down on anything. We always talk about things in a positive light, and we very much, if we don't have anything good to say, we just kind of shut the fuck up. So I feel like we're approaching a point in this reaction space where it's like, look, either embrace the reaction community and let's work hand in hand, or at least stop striking and claiming, or like, yo, just tell us the Shanae and just clap everything up, or like work within the rules. I don't know. I don't have all the right answers. I just know that I think we're more of a help than a detriment, in my opinion, in the overall market. Because no matter what, we are behind them. We're behind. The show drops and then we drop. I don't think anybody, when it comes to reactions, especially the way we do reactions, their thing is, we don't want what you put out to look like what we put out. And we say, okay, that's fair. What you guys put out, what we put out looks nothing like what you guys put out. It's transformative, there's commentary, there's all kinds of shit, right? But at the same time, at the end of the day, I understand, because that is your creation, that is your baby, that is your stuff, that you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And I respect them for it. And that's why you don't often hear me fighting about copy strikes or talking about it. They created it, it's their IP, even though I know for a fact that nobody would, in the court of law, nobody would ever be able to look at a reaction that we did and look at an original anime, put them side by side, and legally say that these are the same thing. If we had to go down to a court of law, I just know that's not gonna happen. There's not a single thing I've put on YouTube, or in fact Lee has put on YouTube, that you could say, put them side by side and show them to an individual who knows nothing about reactions. I'm like, which one of these was created by the studio? I feel like it's 100% hit rate. They're gonna be like, clearly the one over there that has the full anime is created by the studio. This is something that somebody else did. They're talking over it. There's edits, there's cuts, there's all kinds of things. It's transformative. It's not the same thing, but it is somebody else's artwork. It is somebody else's video, somebody else's original creation. And that's why I try not to complain, because I know if I create something original and it's fire, I want to get credit for it and I want to get paid for it first. And if somebody else is going to make money off of something that I made, I would like to know that I milked it for everything that I could. And if I didn't milk it for everything that I could, I hope that the person is using it in good faith, that they're not just literally taking exactly what I did and putting it right back up. They're at least adding or changing something to like at least make it your own. You know that meme where it's like, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but make sure you get a couple wrong so it doesn't look the same and the teacher doesn't know. Like, come on, like do that a little bit. That's why even in my reactions that I do on my channels, the solo stuff, the Giga, the Ace Vein, that stuff, I take great pride in it, because I know when it comes to solo reacting, like especially in that vein of like those reactions of like creator videos. And no, I don't want. I sound cocky, but ain't nobody better than me, bro. I'm one of the better solo reactors when it comes to other creators' content. I take care of my intros. I take good care of my intros. I have dynamic reactions. I'll stop. I'll pause. I zoom out. I don't know, man. It is what it is. I'm not here to brag or talk too much about myself, but it is what it is. But anyways, this is the end of this episode of Sus Maho Radio. I appreciate y'all. Remember, we are live every Monday night on Twitch. Come through so you can be part of the Peanut Gallery. Join in. You can call in. You can type in. You can be a part of the show however you feel like you want to be. If you're listening on Spotify or on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And make sure that if you're watching this, you show this to someone else and show them how dope it is. Always remember, drink your water, wash your ass. If you got the sauce, share the sauce. Because here, we always got that sauce. I'm your man behind the cam, DN. Have a good night. I'll catch you on the next one.